The Story of Moses. Part 2. The 10 Plagues. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as the Lord had commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers, and the magicians of Egypt did in like manner with their enchantments. For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them. Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go. 3 words that would shake the mightiest kingdom on earth. 3 words that Pharaoh, son of gods, ruler of the greatest empire the ancient world had ever known, refused to hear. And so the hand of God moved over Egypt. The first plague, blood. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Take thy rod, and stretch out thine hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all their pools of water, that they may become blood. And Aaron lifted up the rod, and smote the waters that were in the river, in the sight of Pharaoh, and in the sight of his servants. And all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood, and the fish that was in the river died, and the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house, neither did he set his heart to this also. The second plague, frogs. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go. And if thou refuse, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up, and covered the land of Egypt. They came into the house of Pharaoh, and into his bedchamber, and upon his bed, and into the house of his servants, and upon his people, and into his ovens, and into his kneading troughs. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron, and said, Entreat the Lord, that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go. But when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart, and hearkened not unto them. The third plague, lice. And the Lord said unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Stretch out thy rod, and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. And there were lice upon man, and upon beast. Then the magicians said unto Pharaoh, This is the finger of God. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them. The fourth plague, flies. And the Lord sent grievous swarms of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the land of Egypt. The land was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies. And Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron, and said, Go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land. But Moses said, It is not meet so to do. And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that ye may sacrifice to the Lord your God in the wilderness. And Moses went out from Pharaoh, and entreated the Lord. And the Lord did according to the word of Moses. And Pharaoh hardened his heart at this time also, neither would he let the people go. The fifth plague, livestock. And the Lord did that thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died. But of the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. And Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one of the cattle of the Israelites dead. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. The sixth plague, boils. And the Lord said unto Moses and unto Aaron, Take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it toward the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh. And it became a boil breaking forth with blains upon man, and upon beast, throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils. For the boil was upon the magicians, and upon all the Egyptians. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them. The seventh plague, hail. And Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and the Lord sent thunder and hail, and the fire ran along upon the ground. And the Lord rained hail upon the land of Egypt. So there was hail, and fire mingled with the hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Egypt, since it became a nation. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt all that was in the field, both man and beast. And the hail smote every herb of the field, and brake every tree of the field. And Pharaoh sent, and called for Moses and Aaron, and said unto them, I have sinned this time. The Lord is righteous, and I and my people are wicked. But when Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunders were ceased, he sinned yet more, and hardened his heart. The eighth plague, locusts. And Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, and the Lord brought an east wind upon the land all that day, and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts. And the locusts went up over all the land of Egypt, and rested in all the coasts of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them there were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall there be such. For they covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened. And they did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. And there remained not any green thing in the trees, or in the herbs of the field, through all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and said, I have sinned against the Lord your God, and against you. Now therefore forgive, I pray thee, my sin only this once. And yet again, when the plague was lifted, Pharaoh hardened his heart. The ninth plague, darkness. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings, a darkness so complete that it could be touched, a darkness that pressed upon the skin and stopped the breath. And still, Pharaoh would not yield. The 10th plague, the death of the firstborn. Then the Lord said unto Moses, Yet will I bring 1 plague more upon Pharaoh, and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. And Moses called for all the elders of Israel, and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop, and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, the Lord will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Egyptians. And there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night, and said, Rise up, and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel. And go, serve the Lord, as ye have said. Also, take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone. 430 years. That is how long the children of Israel had been in Egypt. 4 centuries of bondage, of tears, of sweat and blood, and broken backs under the Egyptian sun. And in one night, one terrible, holy, devastating night, it was over. The people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot, that were men, beside children. They left in haste. They left in awe. They left as a nation. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of cloud, to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire, to give them light. He did not leave them, not for a single step. But Pharaoh's heart would harden one final time. The chariots of Egypt were already being prepared. The sea lay ahead, and the greatest miracle in the history of Israel was yet to come.